Welcome again to WISD TV. Tonight we have turned out that Lake Air Little League, as the community has turned out to welcome Waco's own Little League World Series champions, the Lake Air Little League All-Stars, who last night won the Little League World Series championship by a score of 7-2. I am standing here with Erica Rodriguez, who is the wife of the manager, David Rodriguez, and has a daughter on the team as well. Tell us first about the experience of getting to go to the Little League World Series.
Well, it was a great experience. Something that I really didn't think about how it was going to be, but it was wonderful. I mean, Portland's just a beautiful town, and just to meet all the different teams that are there, and just to see the girls play each other, and the good sportsmanship that they showed. I mean, it was just wonderful. It was just good. Everything around, it was just a good time.
I got to talk to David last week, and one of the things I told him was what a great group of ambassadors these girls have been for this community. I mean, they have really represented the city of Waco and Lake Air Little League really well, haven't they?
They have. They really have, and they're a really good group of girls, and they're very sweet and very open to just the community. They love Waco. They just support. They love the support, and they just really enjoy. They're enjoying this whole experience. Yeah.
Last thing, in addition to being a Little League mom and a manager's wife, you're a longtime employee of Waco ISD, and seeing this crowd tonight and seeing this community really come out and support these girls, I mean, that's got to mean something special.
Yes, I was telling a coworker who was congratulating me, and I was saying I'm just in awe, just the support from the community and from Waco ISD. I just can't believe just how much Waco ISD has done. Every time I hear something that Waco ISD is doing, like they're providing transportation from the airport, and I'm just like, wow, that's just awesome that Waco ISD has stepped up to help us out.
Y'all have done a great job for this community, for this school district, and congratulations.
Thank you.
My sister. I've gone on maybe 3 hours of sleep in about 36 hours, so it's being surreal. It's crazy. This is the girls' dream come true, and it's amazing to see these girls come together since they were about 6 and 7 years old, playing on Lake Air Little League field, and going out there and just playing with their hearts. And not only did they play as a team, they play as a family, and that's what this whole thing is about. We come from different, diverse cultures, race, religion, and that doesn't mean anything to these girls. That's what's amazing about them. They back each other up. They're there for each other 100%. It doesn't matter what play is being thrown. These girls are going to back each other up 100%. On the field and off the field. And what this experience has done for them has brought not only the girls closer, it's brought the parents closer, and I think it's also brought a positive impact to our community as well. And just with everything that's happening, we just really appreciate the whole support that Waco has done, Waco ISD, the surrounding areas, congratulating the girls. It doesn't even matter if you're even a Waco ISD student. I mean, we're getting thanks from Midway, China Springs, Lacey Lakeview, La Vega, and we appreciate that, because what it comes down to is supporting these girls, and just to know that the community is behind them, that's all that matters. And we're just excited for them, and we can't wait to see our girls come through here right now.
Margaret, that was beautiful. Talk to me. I mean, you've talked about the community support. As you know, I coached out here a long time. I never got anywhere close to a World Series. You mentioned the families coming together and really this whole experience where the girls back each other up.
Yes.
Talk about that, an experience of really getting to spend an entire summer with families. As you say, some of these folks, y'all have been playing together for 6 or 7 years now.
We have family members on this team that are having to work late or having to work a late night shift, and our parents are picking up their kids to come to practice, or the girls are having a late practice with Coach David till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and there's moms bringing them slushies from Sonic or, Gatorades, and bringing food out here and feeding the girls and having a picnic out here and just coming together for one another. I mean, those are things that we as a team have experienced, and it's been longer than just this summer. We have done it for years, and that's what's amazing, is that these girls and these family members have each other's backs, and just to know that I can call on any of these moms, any of these dads, grandparents, and they're going to be here in a phone call. And we're just so excited that the community that's out here right now to have our backs. And so this is a dream that I know that a lot of people dream about, and we know that this dream is a reality for these 13 girls and these 3 coaches and this whole Waco community itself. I can't say enough of how much support we support each other. We love each other, and I mean, I think all of us can say that about one another. We just love each other.
All right, last question. You said a lot of these girls have played together for a lot of years.
Yes.
At what point did you as a parent know this was a special group, that this group really could compete for the World Series championship?
When you see these girls out here sweating, getting hurt, lifting each other up, and getting down because they feel like they're not performing very well, and to see these girls go and give them a pep talk and be like, hey, shake that off, come on, we got you. Or whenever they missed a ball and it's like, you know what, if they're having to do push-ups or for something, they're like, you know what, we're gonna do it with them. Or when they're running laps, they're gonna run laps together. This team, I'm so grateful that my daughter has these group of friends, these group of girls, because this relationship she has with them is gonna stick with her, and it's gonna stick with all these girls, because I know that from what they've done and what they've gone through, that bond is, you can't break that. And it's not something that you just build up an overnight. It's something that they've had for years, and from a parent's perspective, to see it grow, it's remarkable. It's remarkable.
Congratulations to you, your family, and all the families.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all's support.
Just go ahead, count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 2, 5, 4. Super crazy.
Dominic, I gotta ask, first of all, showing up tonight and seeing all these people from this community, that's got to be something special.
I know, yeah. I was like, I started crying and tearing up because I never thought like this would happen, and it's been my dream for a long time. And yeah.
Tell me what it was like when you're pulling into West. You're still 20 miles away, and suddenly all these Waco ISD police cars pull up, and you've got a police escort for the last 25 miles. What was that like?
Oh my God, it was so crazy. Like, we just saw like the sirens going, and we were like, what the heck? Like, we thought we were gonna get pulled over or something, and then they just started like following us, and we're like, oh, we're getting escorted, and everybody was like screaming on the bus and stuff, and it was so cool.
All right, there are kids all over this community who have always dreamed of going to a World Series, much less winning a World Series championship. Part of that experience is getting to meet other girls from all over the world. Did you get to make friends with other girls from other countries? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I made several friends from Asia Pacific, Canada, Central. Pretty much with all the teams, I made friends with them. But some of the friends that I made like more close to was probably Asia Pacific or the Philippines, and yeah.
All right, Little League's always about parents and their kids, but you've kind of had to share your dad a little bit as part of this experience because he's kind of involved in this, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I did, but I was fine with it because he's the one who taught me like since I was really young, and yeah, it's good to have him around.
for folks who don't know, he's the manager. He's the guy who put this together, and he's coached a lot of y'all since you were like 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah, I grew up with these kids, with my sisters for a long time, and we've grown like really close to each other, and I love them like with all my heart.
Dominique, congratulations. I'm here with Mitch Thibodeau, third baseman. Got a lot of highlights last night on ESPN for snagging some line drives in that championship game. Let's talk about this experience. First of all, a lot of you girls have played together for a long time. Did it ever cross your mind in your wildest dreams that you could be standing here as a World Series champion?
Yeah, we just kept practicing, building our confidence. That's what brought us here.
Obviously, a lot of you girls have known each other a long time. Talk a little bit about the friendships you've developed, first of all, on this team. Didn't really grow up with some of these girls.
It's not really a friendship. We're like family. So started right here. That's what brought us.
One of the things that has to be really strange is getting off the plane at DFW, getting on this bus, and then about 20 miles away from Waco, all of a sudden all these police cars start surrounding you, and you got a police escort all the way into Waco for the last 25 miles, right?
Yeah, we thought we were getting pulled over.
One of the things, I coached at Laker Little League a long time. I don't think we ever got out of district, much less making it all the way to the World Series. Tell us a little bit about just the experience of getting to go first to the district and then sectionals and then state and then regional, and at some point really understanding you had a team that could go all the way.
Yeah, we're just making history, being happy, not worried about if we were doing bad or not. We just did it, didn't think.
One thing you said there was being happy. You've got coaches, Coach Guardiola, Coach Rodriguez, who've really made this a fun experience, haven't they?
Yeah, they kept us motivated, didn't put us down, just kept us up.
Congratulations. A World Series, Little League World Series champion. That's a great experience. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sitting with a bunch of World Series world champions. Give me your names from left to right.
Yulissa Rivas,
Michaela Ramos,
Serenity Cade Williams,
Ariel Munoz,
Kate Burton,
Leah Aguilar.
All right, let's start, Ms. Ramos. Tell me, what was your favorite memory of this entire run?
us winning.
Tell me what it's like to know, out of all the girls that started this season back in March or April playing Little League softball all over the world, you were on the team that was the best in the entire world. What's that feel like?
It feels awesome.
Cade Williams, tell me what your favorite memory is of this entire summer.
My favorite memory is just winning and having fun and hanging out with the girls.
Ms. Burton, come here for a second. Y'all have had some special coaches. I mean, these guys, it's a long summer. Y'all know better than anybody. It's a grind to keep practicing and win district and then go on to sectionals and then state and then regionals. That's a long summer. What did the coaches do to help make this fun and keep y'all light and keep y'all relaxed? Because on TV, y'all look like you were just smiling the whole time.
Even though we had lots and lots of practices, hours and hours a day, he told us to remember that he's proud of us no matter what and not to give up, because he had believed in us and we believed in each other, and that kind of like helped keep us going.
How many of y'all started playing like T-ball or coach pitch at Lake Air Little League years ago? So a bunch of y'all have been together for a long time. At what point did y'all think that this could really be a group of girls who could go on to the World Series and then win it? When did you think you might have something special here?
Probably when we were around maybe 10 or 9. We all thought we could possibly do it if we got the right team. So, yeah.
And y'all have had a lot of success. I mean, this year's been amazing, but even in District 9 and city tournaments and All-Stars, y'all have had a lot of success for a long time, haven't you? Yes. All right. Tell me about, obviously there's a lot of success in Texas West and the region. You had Midway and Greater Helotes and all these great schools. But you guys brought it back to Waco, Texas, and as you were chanting, as you got off the bus, to the 254, correct? Yes, sir. What's that feel like?
Just really exciting and everything. It's a big rush.
As you got off the bus and you're all chanting 254 and you look up and all these people are here, not just your parents, but you've got this whole community turned out. That had to be pretty exciting.
It was. Seeing everyone here to support us made us feel like we were special and everything, more like celebrities and everything, getting the police escort.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I've been watching this on ESPN for a week. You ladies are special, and you've done something special for this community, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Great job, girls. We're so proud of you. You brought it home. 254, you brought it home.
You have to. It's a big moment for you. Come on, baby. Taco truck in the building.
I'm now standing here with Daniela Ramirez and her bouquet of balloons. First of all, this is an amazing crowd. Tell me kind of what you thought when you stepped off that bus and saw this entire community here that turned out tonight to congratulate you.
Seeing Waco out here is crazy for me. As I didn't know how much fans we had back home, I didn't realize how many people were watching us. But now as I see these people, I know there's more and there will always be more. And it's crazy just thinking Waco really was watching us.
You know, I've coached a lot of years and have been out here at Lake Little League, and there's pressure for everybody. But you're in the circle. Yeah. You're every pitch. There's a lot of pressure on you to hit your spots and read all the game situation. Talk a little bit about doing that in front of a worldwide television audience. I mean, do you block that out, or do you focus on it and build on the energy? I mean, tell me kind of your approach to these last couple of games when you're in front of this ESPN audience.
In Alpine Rose, which is in Portland, Oregon, it was probably one of the biggest crowds I ever pitched against. Even in regionals, it was crazy. But now I went to the World Series, I'm like, wow, there's millions of people watching back home. There's millions of people watching now, and it's crazy. I was like, wow, there's actually fans like watching me. And I didn't really pay attention to it until now I see the games. I'm like, wow, it's crazy. Everybody was watching me. Every ball I pitched, every strike I pitched. It's crazy.
Obviously, you're coming through regionals here, and you get on a run where you're shutting teams out. I think they gave up 3 or 4 runs total in the regional tournament. Yeah. You win your first 2 or 3 games, all by 9 or 10 runs, and then things kind of tighten up. I fell behind in a game, and so what was the feeling like in the dugout? I mean, at that point, what do the coaches say to keep y'all relaxed and confident to know that even though now we're in a dogfight, we're going to pull this thing out?
Getting in that one hole was kind of crazy, though. It was, we're like, wow, they actually really did put on us. We know they can hit now. And what we did is we went back into the dugout, we focused up, and we just did our business, and we hit the ball, and we just do what we do the best.
Let's talk a little bit about friendships. Okay. I've talked to a number of your teammates tonight, and I've talked about the friendships they've made, and a couple of them have corrected me and said, we're not friends, we're family.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Family is the best word I can relate to them. Only blood can make us close, and now they can trust me and I can always trust them. It's crazy. Just having the bond with them is just when I'm in the pitching mound or when I'm at the bat, it's crazy knowing that they actually really do have me, and I always have them 100%.
While we're talking about friendships, one of the experiences that is unique about the Little League World Series is you've got teams from all over the world, from other continents and from all over the United States. Tell us about getting to meet some of those girls and sort of that cultural experience.
We actually had them all on our floor, all of the Chet people, Asian Pacific, Puerto Rico. It was it was kind of weird knowing their language and what they do best, and we try to talk to them as much as we can, and we made new friends. It's weird making new friends from other countries.
Last question. You understand you are now a Little League World Series champion?
I still don't believe it right now. It's still hasn't sunk in right now. Congratulations.
And I want to tell you something else, just in terms of being here and hearing folks around town talk about this experience, and folks who were watching this past week on ESPN. Not only are you a great team, but you are a great group of young ladies who have been great ambassadors and representatives of our community. So thank you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, and a baby. 3, 2, 1, get you, son.
I am now here with assistant coach Ray Guardiola. Ray, first of all, talk about just the experience of spending an entire summer of going through district and then sectionals and then state, regionals, and then the World Series.
Well, it was definitely time consuming. We knew ahead of time that we had a good team. We knew the kind of group of girls we had, and we felt like we were going to be prepared to do this for the whole summer. And you know, it was just a lot of work. A lot of after you get off work, you come to practices for a few hours, and then you do it every day, and then you kind of plan, and then you come and you try to keep the girls calm, and you know, they get some bruises, they get some aches and pains. You got to deal with that. It was a long process, but I tell you what, after each win in district and then sectionals and then going all the way down the line, it was just worth it. And then coming out here to see something like this makes it even greater.
I'm going to ask David the same thing, but you talked about you knew you had a good team. But obviously a lot of these girls have played together since T-ball and coach pitch out here at Lake Air. I mean, at what point did you guys know this is a special group, and maybe you weren't thinking about going all the way, but you knew this is a group that could go deep into the summer?
Well, I think what we saw was a lot of girls with good work ethics. They had great attitudes. They'd come and they would listen. They were very attentive, and we knew that girls like that you can really work with. I mean, they want to get better. They had a love for the game that I have never seen before, really. And it just, when you have kids like that, it's just a joy to work with someone like that. And it makes the coaches even want to put more time in to each girl. So I think that's what.
You know, before Jesse turned the camera on, we were all talking that, you know, Jesse and I coached a major team out here that won the championship with your daughter Alyssa was on that team. And we talked about how there were lots of parents helping out. And one of the things that's been interesting tonight is talking to the girls and the parents, and they talk about this team really in terms of a sense of family. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, like we've known each other, we've gotten close to each other. At first, when we saw the ability, we'd bring them in, and the parents would be all on the fence. They would come to practices and they wouldn't leave, and they would look and they would see how what we were doing, and we started to get to know them a little bit more, and then we found out that they would take their kids home and apply what we were teaching them. And that right there is just special in itself, because that helps make our job a lot better. And so they instilled good values in these young ladies already, and then we kind of jumped in and we ran with that.
Is there one memory that stands out from this entire experience and this group of young ladies?
I think, well, the memory that sticks out for me is yesterday when they won it. I was just overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. I came out, I said, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. But I came out of the dugout, and then when they were all huddled up on third base, and I saw my daughter, and I saw all the other girls with tears in their eyes, and I couldn't hold back.
I've shared this with some of the girls. Just as a member of this community, and somebody who's been affiliated with Lake Air Little League for a long time, I want to thank you for really following up on what these parents helped instill in these young ladies, because watching them on television, they were not only a great team, but they were really great ambassadors for this community. They presented themselves well all the time. You guys, in terms of your interactions with them in the huddles, were always very uplifting and encouraging, and I just want to thank you for really instilling that in these young ladies.
I appreciate that very much. They make it easy on me, and it's just, I'm so glad that the people of Waco and everyone else get to see what we've known for a long time about these young girls.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And lastly, we're now here with the manager of the Laker All-Stars, David Rodriguez. David, let's start with tonight and this turnout and really this showing of community support for your girls.
That's the most important thing right now. The community has just come together out here and just threw everything into it. Their time, their finances, their text messages, everything's been so encouraging. Everybody from Waco has been great. Waco ISD has been, really good with us, picking us up and dropping us off and supporting us, making some cute videos. Man, we love it. We're excited about it. There's a lot of family and friends here, and we're just glad that we can represent Waco in this way.
Let's talk a little bit about this team. Obviously, you've coached a lot of these girls since T-ball.
That's correct.
And you've done some select ball with them during the off season. At what point did it even cross your mind that you had a special group here that could eventually be Little League World Series champions?
Well, it crossed my mind to go to at least get through District 9. I was just trying to win state. It was kind of something I wanted to do. So I kind of put them together when they were young and see how far we can go. Of course, you never think you're going to go to the World Series and win it all. You dream about it, but, it's not a reality for a lot of people. And it just doesn't happen. It only can be 10 teams can only go. So, but as far as looking at them, when they were in their 10 and under travel teams, that's when I started to notice that most importantly, the parents just supported me. Even though I'm hard at times, I pull a lot out of them, more than they want to come. I draw more than they want to probably give some time in practice, but the hard work has paid off. So when they were in 10 and under, that's when I noticed, hey, there's something special about this group. They don't quit. They work hard. They love to play the game. And I think that's the most important thing. They love to play. And if you got, 9 to 12 girls that love to play the game, I mean, you can pretty much do a lot with them.
One of the things that I've shared with a number of the players tonight, and you and I visited about it a little bit last week, was just watching this from afar. These girls are not only just great young ladies and a great team under your leadership, but they really represent this community well. They represent this league well, and just the way they present themselves and carry themselves. I mean, this is a special group you've got here.
That's correct, and I think that's done it for me. To put together a group of girls the way we did from the heart of Waco, and hats off to Greater Waco, all the other areas. They've been great. They've been texting me all day. They're happy for us. We're excited. But to put a group of girls together from this community with all the it's difficult, at times. It's difficult. You got different situations, culture, demographics, different things, and we think it's very special, and it's not easy to do, and to keep them together so long, even outside of league ball, they've been together. It's the same group that was here when they were 6 and 7. Right. So, I mean, it's a very special group. It means a lot to us from Waco. I love Waco. Come straight out of Waco from Waco ISD all the way through Baylor, and still here. Family, my wife, my sister, we love it, and we're proud to be able to represent them for this period of time.
Not only Waco, but you got a lot of ties to Waco ISD too, with your wife and the kids all being there. Yes, 2 more things. Number one, you talked about keeping these girls together and how tough it is even to get out of district. I mean, this is a district, yeah. I coached here a long time. I had a tough time even getting to a district championship. Because you've got Midway that won 11 World Series titles in 13 years. You've got Robinson that went deep a few years ago. Yeah. Crawford, Lorena. I mean, this is a tough district to get out of even in the first round.
That's correct. And we talked about that all through state, through regionals, the talent and the commentators, they were asking us about what was our journey like. And I told them, and they know too as well, District 9 is probably one of the, if not the toughest district to get out of. There's so much softball here, so many good coaches and good talent. And getting out of District 9 was a challenge. Of course, getting out of state was even more of a challenge, facing the former World Series champions.
Greater Lotus.
Not only that, they beat us by 1 point, and then we were down 5 runs in the first inning, and just come in and score 15 runs in that first inning and just put it away twice in a row shows me that they're very special, and it is very challenging. And it didn't stop. Regionals was very challenging. Every game we reminded the girls that it's not going to be easy anymore. Every team is going to be tough, and every team's going to come at us.
On a personal level, I've got to say something. I've known you a long time. Years ago, when our sons were 8 years old, we coached together.
That's correct.
You are every bit a gentleman, and you obviously love the game of softball. And baseball. But your willingness to similar to the girls, represent this community, represent this league, where your primary function was to teach the girls not only the strategies and the fundamentals, but a love of the game.
That's correct.
And you have done that, and you've done it beautifully. And to watch you in the third base box, just quietly clapping and never screaming, you've just been again a great representative of this community. And so, as a community member and somebody who's known you a long time, I just want to thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Pat. That means a lot to me. It's humbling, and I appreciate it, especially coming from you. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. And I probably was a little bit more quieter because I had a microphone on me, but it felt good. It felt good to be calm. So, but thank you. I really appreciate your kind
I did always wonder what it would be like to be wired, knowing that a worldwide audience might catch you on a slip up.
There's a delay, so they warned me, and they don't air what they don't want. So I started to loosen up after a while. But yeah, it's we want to be encouraging even on the mic, and so. But at the same time, I don't want to defer from what I normally do.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Pat.
2017 Little League World Series champions. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
and thank all of you for watching this tonight on Waco ISD TV. Good night, everybody.